Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. We got more micro-scale Star Wars ships coming at you from the designer Fukusaku. Included are the two different slave ones. One is Jango, one is Boba. Then you got both of Mando's ships, that being the Razor Crest and his later N1. There's also one of my personal favorites. You got Sugi's Halo, as you see in the Clone Wars show. Then you got the recolored Rogue Class Porax 38, which is the Xanadu blood of Cad Bane, and his Justifier. Oh wait, I didn't actually build that one yet. Give me 1 second. Very first step, check it out. We got a fake Lego piece from our order. It's not too common this happens, but just double check your parts sometimes. Usually this stuff is an accident, but yep, there you go. Right, here it is, totally complete now. It's actually got a little swivel function in the back, which is great. That makes 7 ships in total for this bundle. It does match in scale with the rest of the micro scale models that we've built. You can get the instructions at BrickVault.toys, but I will jump into some more of those details as we go along. These were our personal favorite bounty hunter ships from Star Wars. I know there's other ones. Which others do you think we missed? You can always feel free to comment below. And okay, let's jump into the slave ones first. I couldn't help myself. I had to put the minifig scale models together here to show off these guys together. Fig scale is 143. Roughly, and micro scale, these little guys, is set to 1/250 scale. But all right, let's jump into these models. The designer makes good use of the 3x3 rounded corner bricks at the top. I like the attention given to the area between the cockpit and the arms. There is some thin, subtle shaping that separates and rounds out the space really well here. And when you move down, their wedge plates do a good job of tapering towards the tip. The lever pieces for the guns are attached with that single skate piece, which is always a fun type of connection. And I don't know why this little detail tickles me, but the cheese wedge right at the very bottom gives that little pointed chin here, which is something that's just a bit of subtle accuracy for the model that I didn't expect to see. And when you turn the models around here, I really like that Fukusaku deliberately designed these ships to be able to be displayed from the back as well, because you have all of the nice thruster detailing. And when you look close, the stand has a bar connection to a 1x3 inverted tile. This has enough friction to make it easy for a canted display option as well. Now, in terms of functions, the arms themselves do not actually rotate. There is a tiny bit that catches here. Instead, you take off the little side bit and you reattach them at a 90-degree angle to get it into that landed configuration. All right, let's move now to Djarin's ships. Once again, can't help myself with the minifig versions for a quick side-by-side. That Razor Crest really is a massive, massive model. But let's focus for just a second now onto the hot rod version of the N1. It's very close in shape to the original N1 that Fukusaku also designed. There's just basically a couple of parts swapped, mostly just a color change. I think it registers very well as the shape of this ship. And remember, if you wanted to purchase the instructions for the ships in the bundle, all the models here come with a PDF step-by-step building guide and a parts list for fast ordering your pieces online. The models are physically tested in real life. We test the instructions for the ease of the build, and the parts are chosen for availability on the brick buying market so you can actually find the parts you're looking for. Buying instructions is a great way to help support the channel and the talented designers we work with, like Fukusaku, who has made all kinds of amazing creations, including a ton of other microscale bundle ships throughout the years. Link in the description below, and the Razor Crest here has quite a lot of unique build approaches at this small size. Specifically, we have this really unique design style with the sword pieces that are clipped in and they kind of taper both the back and the front. That's a very, very different kind of approach for something like this. There are some great details for the cockpit and guns. Definitely a fun attachment point to get that center cylinder. Plus, this model has some landing gear that you can connect if you want it off the little display stand. I like that all the strange connections for this model, when accumulated together, form a kind of texture from a distance, so that ship reminds me a little bit of having that sort of riveted look that you get in the show. All right, Cad Bane's ships have now entered the chat. This is the Xanadu Blood. It's a very recognizable ship with the unique color combo. Essentially, this is an identical build as the Rogue class starfighter from Fukusaku's number 2 bundle of Clone Wars micro vehicles, but it's just got some fun, very vibrant, accented colors. Next here, the Justifier, his later ship in the series, has the fun little transformation feature for flight mode. This section in the back swivels, so the central thrusters are aligned with the body, and at the same time, there's this fin that kind of sticks out of the bottom when you make the same swivel. On the sides, you have flag pieces and slope pieces that do a good job of showing how the body tapers a little bit towards the ends. You got some laser cannons, and just like the Razor Crest ship, there's also some landing gear that you can attach if you want it on the ground for that type of configuration. Easy little model to manipulate, and let's finish off with Sugi's Halo. It's not a particularly well-known ship, I think, in the Star Wars universe. It did get an official set way back in the day, but it is just one of my personal favorites because it's such a throwback to kind of like an older sci-fi design with these swiveling engines. Also, very few things in Star Wars have a base color of dark green, so even with the palette alone, it really is just a unique looking ship model. Now, the connection for the thrusters is fairly minimal, so when you want to swivel them, the clipped-on bit needs to be pinched tightly so when you actually swivel the engine, it doesn't just come off. Just like the last 2 builds, some detachable landing gear can be put on if you want it on the ground, and I do really enjoy the little space that you get between the curved tiles on either side of the cockpit. It follows some shaping that I didn't really expect to see. These are definitely some fun micro-scale models. They look great when you got them lined up with some of the other micro-scale ships and vehicles, and let me know what other models you'd like to see in the future. I like that I got these things up on this display stand when I walked in to film. This is my nephew's giant house that he built the other day, and now it works to kind of sort of prop these guys up for the final shot and the intro shot. So anyways, let me know what you guys want to see built in the future. We've got a ton of models on the way. I know we've had some slow launches recently, but that's about to really start picking up in the coming weeks, and definitely really excited for some massive projects as well that are once again in the pipeline amongst maybe a dozen other builds or so. Anyways, let me know what types of models. Wait, I already said that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy our content, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.